God only knows what I'd be without you, without you. And if you should ever leave,
finding the way to describe this exact moment is nearly impossible. So let's backtrack and try to understand why something as simple as a barbershop quartet can make or break a game. From the first real look at Bioshock Infinite to the moment we realize the Lutesses are following us, Bioshock Infinite finds a unique way to shine. This is easiest to see in the first hour, which is arguably almost perfect.
Picking the right event to attend on a day like today is serious business, you know. Can't be everywhere at once. You'll always miss something.
As usual, this is your spoiler warning. If you've made it this long without being spoiled on Bioshock Infinite, it really is worth playing. So again, spoilers, you were warned. It was no surprise the team led by Ken Levine produced a game that bleeds art. It was no surprise that the Songbird's introduction, despite being threatless to the player, sets your heart racing and instills genuine fear. The team behind Bioshock have always tried to produce content that's engaging, both emotionally and intellectually, and Infinite is the pinnacle of this mantra.
Detail in the small details of it, rather than telling you what the world is, just showing you at every moment what the world is.
When I think back to Bioshock Infinite, there are a handful of standout moments. Frozen Asylum, the first time you shift between timelines, but most of all, the beginning. From the introduction of constants and variables to being clamped into the pod, the beginning of Bioshock Infinite does something most art, let alone games, struggles with. It creates a believable world. While we really only see a facade, the facade is something we haven't seen before, and maybe haven't seen since.
Radical on me, John. I do not want to be some character out of I Married a Vox Populi, now do I?
Children play in the streets, shops operate, and the city of Columbia exists before we arrive. It has this bizarre old world atmosphere mixed with a strange, relaxed steampunk, and it feels good. Trying to understand exactly why this is such an enchanting part of the story is difficult. It really shouldn't be. It's just an impression of the world, not really a fully realized one. The choice to open with Founders Day is especially powerful, because we immediately understand the way the community functions. Shops are closed, children don't attend school, and almost everyone is involved in the celebration.
Would you believe me? Well, friends, I am here today to tell.
The Think technologies and tents feel especially interesting as we see bizarre creatures and powers displayed. This would be okay, great even, but what makes this opening sequence so memorable is the way these surreal visuals come together with the sound design and movement.
Is he machine? Only Colombian ingenuity could create such an amazing marvel!
Sad. You're that strong. What's there to be sad about?
Columbia is an impossible, beautiful, impressionistic world. It's a watercolor painting and it's brought to life by the sounds. The lilting string music that sits just beneath your ears sways you back and forth, just as the city dances slowly around itself. This brings us back to how this video started. The scene which brings together the setting and solidifies Infinite as more than just an outstanding title is one I'll never forget. Booker comes upon a barge with a quartet, singing a strange interpretation of the Beach Boys classic. But when you finish the game and come back, when you know Elizabeth's story and what Booker gave up, this moment goes from minutia to a beautiful, heartbreaking reminder as you start the story again. Ultimately, I guess what I'm trying to say is Bioshock Infinite is an emotional part of my memory. It may not be a perfect game, and maybe the combat is a little generic, but because of how well realized Columbia is, this song still breaks my heart. My diagnosis? Bioshock Infinite is superbly realized.
Where am I?
Back in the land of the living. Here, let me.
I'll be fine.
You almost drowned. You need to...
I said I'm fine. Just give me a minute.
Do you hear that? It's music.
You never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you, without you. And never leave me, though life would still go on.